It's time to go all in on this wrestling weekend. I am Conrad Cushman, representing everything pro wrestling. If this is your first time here, to the right of me, looking at my screen, to the left, maybe for you, I don't know. Sean Hubbard of Hubbard Wrestling Weekly. He's back. He had a beautiful time, probably laying in a beach somewhere, making executive decisions. We are back doing our thing, man. We got a humongous wrestling weekend ahead of us. Humongous. And I'm not even probably covering all the shows that are happening today, but we're going to do our darndest to try to get as many in as we can. We appreciate you guys. It's all love. Thank you for joining us. And I think I covered everything else.
Yeah, man. I want to give a big shout out to BJ, man. Did a fantastic job in my absence, man. I was watching on the plane in the airport on my way home, man. So appreciate that, man. Conrad, as always, top tier. Chat, you guys were on fire as always. But I did see a couple people reaching out to me saying, Sean, we miss you. Well, your boy is back, man. So on behalf of Conrad and myself, it's time to rock and roll. It's a big week, as my brother said. So let's do it, man. Conrad, I'm so happy to once again say, please drop that thing.
It feels so good to be back. Thank you, everybody. Welcome in here. Come on in. Let's get it. Crazy things happening. I'm going to get to the shout outs here in 1 second, but I want to let everybody know this. If you want to rock with us, make sure you're supporting both of us, man. First, I'm putting Hub's link in the chat right now. Show him some love. Make sure you're subscribed.
I'm not going to name names, but there are people who watch us every week and are not subscribed to my channel. I'm confused. I don't understand.
It might be time. It might be time for us to put belts to backsides. Let's get on it here. Let's make sure we're subscribed to Hub, subscribe to me. Busy wrestling weekend for both of us, all of us. Hubs has a special Hubonomics coming up this Friday.
Oh man, I'm fired up about it. In honor of this tremendous weekend in professional wrestling for women, regardless of how you feel about Evolution, it is a big show for women's wrestling. And you add that to the fact that Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm are going to have a match that could arguably be the main event, even though it won't. But it's a main event caliber match at All In. I'm really excited to talk about the 4 horsewomen. We're going to do a synopsis of the 4 horsewomen on Friday night. And when I hope you guys heard me, I said we, not I. Very excited. Conrad's going to be joining me on Hubbard Wrestling Weekly for Hubbonomics this Friday night, 7:05 Eastern Standard Time, to get this epic combat sports weekend kicked off. It is going to be epic. Boxing, like 5 wrestling shows. I am stoked. So meet us over at Hubbonomics on Friday night, 7:05.
Also, if you guys want to support, there's a very simple way to do that. It's easy. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe. It's free. It costs you nothing. We would greatly appreciate that for all of our videos. With that being said, watch time's important. If you guys sit through it, watch it all. That helps. It tells more people we like this. You might like this.
There you go.
All of those things are very, very important, and they are rocking with you guys on that. Shout out to StreamYard for some of these new graphics here that are popping up. I do not like that I cannot move my pictures around. So if I have to get a little jumpy on some of the pictures, have mercy on me. Also, a great way to support is what our good friend Joel has done here. So he's jumping right to the top. He said, love you guys. Happy Monday, big weekend. Thank you, Joel. Thank you.
Nothing but love for you too, Joel. Thank you for everything, man. Some stuff we could say on the air, some stuff we can't. We appreciate you, my G.
Always, brother. Always. With that, let's start from the top, man. We got Clown in the house.
Cleezy, 13Z, 4 Tweezy.
Says, afternoon, everyone. Appreciate you, Clown, man. Clown, let me know. I think there's some GCW shows this weekend. It might be JCW in Jersey, but let me know, man. They got some good things happening, too, over there. I know Clown will have us covered. We got Quills in the house.
The one and only Quilly in the building. He says, "What's up, Conrad, Sean, and chat? Your boy Sir Quills is back again to enjoy two of my favorite bros, CJ and Hubs, for episode 149 of the best wrestling podcast today, Clash of the By God podcast. Hashtag HWW. Hashtag EPW. Appreciate you, Quills.
Thank you. And he gave you the welcome backs.
Thank you, sir.
Our guy, Matt Lopez.
M. Leezy. Fo. Sheezy. Hello, good evening, everyone. Hope you had a good weekend. Happy all-in week. And let's kick this pro wrestling week off right with the two aces of our pro wrestling community. M. Leezy, the spokesperson, the social media spokesperson for Clash of the Podcast. Man, we appreciate you.
I think I called him Guru last week. The social media guru.
Nice. I was busy, trying to get on a plane that was 2 hours late coming back to New York. So, my concentration was a little bit. Let me tell y'all something, man. Traveling is nice, but not when you have delays, man. Delays stink.
Yeah, that's
but you know who doesn't stink? The only Vinny we like is in the building. We appreciate you. He says, "Happy Monday, beautiful people. God bless you. God bless you too, brother."
Man, and look at this. Matt has us hooked up. Man, not counting GCW, you still have Prestige, Dreamwave, and TJPW shows going on. This week is loaded.
This week is what professional wrestling should always be about. WWE shows are cool, but we have AEW and all these tremendous shows that M. Leezy Fashizi is talking about. Make sure you check out. You never know what's going to be on Triller TV. I'm not 100% sure of the lineup right now, but there is some big stuff going on Triller TV. Always, there's not a time you're going to go to Triller. Let me throw this out there, Conrad. There's not a time you're going to go to Triller and you're not going to find something. Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling was amazing this past weekend, I should say. That was phenomenal. And on Netflix, if you want to sponsor us, I'm giving you one shout out this week. One shout out only. You better sponsor us because you're not getting any more than that. Amanda Soriano versus Katie Taylor at Madison Square Garden. I was not granted press credentials for that fight, but I was granted an online press credential. So make sure you go to hwweekly.com for all things Soriano versus Taylor, because I will be writing and doing an editorial about it. So I'm really fired. Conrad, I am fired up, bro. I got 4 days left of work in a row before the weekend even gets here. I got a mountain of work to do, but I am stoked.
I think we're in the same boat, brother, and I need to make sure that the judges are on point for that fight. I don't want any malarkey.
God, yes. Yeah, I'm glad. Listen, anybody who might have a question about women's boxing, it's 2025, so you guys shouldn't have a question about women's anything. But if you have a question about women's boxing, go into your Netflix account, look up Tyson versus Jake Paul back from November, and watch Soriano versus Taylor 2, which was the undercard of the Tyson fight. And you tell me if you will not, after that fight, be excited for this Friday night.
Might have been the best fight on that card, too.
You ain't telling no lie.
Back to the shout-outs. McKinney is in the house. He said, "Yo, I'm here to talk wrestling with the Fire Live chat. My two favorite homies on the wrestling scene, Clash of the Podcast, and to let y'all know when random people say hi, reply with, 'You can see me.' LFG."
McKinney, always a pleasure, big dog.
Always appreciate it.
OG,
BJ,
triple OG.
Beej, what's good? I see you in here. I know you said, "Why is this?" That was my error that I had to say that we were going live.
You don't have to reveal whose error it was, man.
It was my error.
Oh
I
my
admit
God.
to things. It was a me.
Lord have mercy.
See, error on me. They can see it in the chat. I don't have to lie. Let me see here. I'm just looking to see. Yeah, Vinny, I feel bad for the Steelers. I don't know what's going on with some of the moves, but
at least you're not a Giant fan like me.
Guy will.
We're gonna win. Yo, Conrad, I'm telling you right now, we're gonna win 2 games this year.
I'll give you more than 2.
I don't know where you see it.
Not that many, but I'll give you more than 2.
We'll take a look at the schedule during the week because we got a lot of preparations to do for this weekend. We'll take a look at it at some point, and you tell me where you see more than 2 wins.
I'm calling for some upsets. Guy Will Gamble says Europe was good. Everybody, hope y'all had a great weekend. We are rocking with the best.
Guy Will Gamble, we appreciate you, my dog.
All good, man. All appreciated. MJB saying,
In
yo,
the place
yo,
to be.
What's good, man? Appreciate you, MJB.
I just want to say, let's get it percolating while you're waiting in this dancery.
Tokyo, what's good? He said, I like AEW doing what they're doing to WWE, belt to backside. We'll say again. Yeah, that's true. My guy Easy E is in the chat. What's good? Appreciate you.
I'm gonna Easy. I see you. I'm gonna jump the gun to Sir Quill's comment about my pronunciation of. Don't you dare correct me on my pronunciation of somebody's name. You let me slide on something like that, man. You don't come for me. Quills, you're better than that, Quills.
Shout out to Rib Shot as well. I see you in here.
Rib Shot, what up, though?
I'm jumping to people who I haven't gotten to yet. Miracle, what's good? Welcome, brother. Let's see here. McKinney said quietly the women will win over the weekend by match, even with Evolution 2's build being lackluster.
Yo, McKinney's more right than even he thinks he is. Taylor versus Soriano, whatever. All due respect. In boxing, and then the women's wrestling of the week. I think McKinney's 100% right.
He could be. There's opportunities here.
The fact that Trish Stratus is getting a title shot for no apparent reason. Oh God.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Yeah.
XG Dub, don't worry about being late. I'm glad you're here. Jocelyn's here as well. I'm here and time passed me by. That's after 6. Gotta get my nap in before work. Appreciate all the hard work you two do. I'll catch the replay later. Yeah, leave your comments, Jocelyn. I'd love to hear from you. And she said, make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you.
God bless you, Jocelyn. Big ups to you and your husband.
GCW Dallas, Atticus Cougar versus Effie for the world title. I did see the build for that. That's been pretty good as well. T. Ferg says, what's good, gents? Can't wait for All In. Thoughts and prayers to the people in Texas who are affected by the flooding. Yes.
Wow. Very good point, T. Ferg.
Yes, absolutely. Terrible. I hope things are getting well. Tokyo. Now we know where Tokyo's from. He's not in Tokyo. He's in OKC. He's happy about the Thunder being the NBA champs. Congrats, my brother.
Tokyo, let me say something to you from the bottom of my heart. Conrad knows exactly what I'm going to say. Thank you. Thank you, Oklahoma City Thunder, for not allowing my nightmare to come true. You know what my nightmare is? The Indiana Pacers as world champions. Thank God that did not happen.
Deanna, we can see you. Welcome, though. We appreciate you. Thank you for popping in here. It is all love.
Deanna, appreciate you.
And before we get started, we got one more super chat in the house. MJB. He says, shout out to Carmelo and Kalani on their marriage. Rest in paradise to Teddy Long's son. Yes, our condolences to the godfather of pro wrestling. Teddy Long lost his son today. Our condolences from me and Sean extended to the Long family. And we got a question. Gentlemen, will they pull the trigger on a Naomi cash-in or save it for SummerSlam? I'm saying SummerSlam, she screws Jade, and Naomi's your new world champion.
I'm saying Saturday night's main event for Goldberg getting cashed in by Seth Rollins, and I think Naomi's going to cash in at SummerSlam.
All right. Well, guys,
which does mean that Jade Cargill will be the next women's champion.
It could happen.
So I think we're going to see, multiple. You know what I mean?
Yeah, guys, we're not ignoring you tonight. I promise. Today is all preview and prediction show. Me and Sean speculating, keeping it moving. Let me see here. First, let's get into what was announced. I know that they announced a Survivor Series show happening in San Diego. It's going to be Saturday, November 29th, 3:30 Pacific time. So what's that? 6:30 Eastern?
6:30 on the East Coast, yeah.
Yeah, so brace yourselves for that. Good to see San Diego get a Survivor Series, so I'm not mad. It's War Games.
Who cares about San Diego?
Clown's from San Diego, so I gotta show him some love.
Other than Clown, we don't care about San Diego. Big shout out to Clown. We like Clown.
Buffalo. I know a lot of people from there. Enjoy. Enjoy.
Okay.
Look at this guy. Hostile. We're starting with Ring of Honor here for our shows. Ring of Honor happening Friday, July 11th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can watch on watchroh.com. I will not be gotten to this week like I was in our preview when we were discussing some of the matches for you guys. Someone put up a fake match, but I do have the proper match, and we're going to start things off with that one. For the Ring of Honor Television Championship, we are going to have Nick Wayne defend his championship against Teton.
Well, because Teton looks like an idiot, I'm going to pick Nick Wayne to win the match.
Wow. What is this?
I said it.
What is this?
His mask is stupid.
He's an under guy. Let him rock.
His mask is stupid.
Everybody can't have a cool mask.
His mask is stupid.
This is hatred.
And also because Wayne is one of my favorites. I think he's a future world champion.
He's going to be wrestling twice this weekend. If you didn't know, you better call somebody.
Oh my
God. Yeah, we're going to most definitely see that. And I think Nick Wayne's in a good spot. I think he's elevated himself.
Oh, sure. What the patriarchy has done for him has been phenomenal. Big shout out to Christian.
Yes. Going into the next match, let's talk about and I agree with you, Nick Wayne for the win. Ring of Honor Pure Championship. We have Lee Moriarty versus Blue Panther, Sean. The legend Blue Panther. You see them forearms? The legend.
Well, Lee Moriarty's going to win because Blue Panther's mask is stupid.
Now, hold on now. Hold on. I'm not going to let you sully the good name here of Blue Panther. Blue Panther's an OG.
The mask is stupid.
Bro, hold on. Where's the picture again? I want you to look at his forearms. Do you think he cares about that mask? Do you think that is a hot? Them hands are. Look at the hand. That is a hand that
doesn't change the fact that his mask is stupid.
Listen, that dude does not care. They are going to wrestle. He defeated Lee Moriarty when they wrestled in CMLL, but I think Lee Moriarty gets his lick back this time.
And just to clarify, in case everybody starts saying, "Well, you think everybody's mask is stupid," I don't. I think Rey Mysterio's masks are very nice. I think Penta's mask is very nice. I just think the Blue Panther's mask is stupid.
Juggalo, welcome. We just ran through some of these other shows.
You're a juggalo with a lot of dough. I just remixed it.
Nick Cannon about to sue
rock
us on
that
here.
body, lock, roddy.
Yeah, someone get this man under control.
B-Boy Skyline, I'm having fun. Have fun. This is a great weekend wrestling.
Fear the Panther is right, Deanna. Y'all let Sean know. I like Ray Phoenix's mask. We could do the best mask wrestlers is a crazy topic to have sometimes. Thunder,
by God, Liger.
That might be my favorite mask of all time. Like that one is very unique for.
And also big shout out to Ultimo Dragon too.
Ultimo's still going. I don't know if you know that, but he's still out here doing indies from time to time. Speaking of that, we have the Sons of Texas, who have been making some moves, making some rounds. They are going to be taking on the Infantry. They are trading some barbs back and forth on social media. Dustin Rhodes is back on his "You kids stay off my lawn," yelling all types of crazy stuff to them. Sean, I don't know, man. I don't know about this one. Is it time for Dustin and them to lose?
I know about this one. I know that Dustin Rhodes' face paint is stupid. No, I'm kidding.
Terrible.
Let me stop messing with you guys. I'm having a good time today. You can tell I'm in a good mood being back on the show. Listen, on a serious note, though, I do think that Dustin and Guevara lose this match. I think the Infantry are going to become the new ROH Tag Team Champions.
Dustin's carrying the trios titles.
The trios belts as well. Yes. I think
hopefully
the Infantry are going to be the new Tag Team Champions.
I'm hoping the Von Erichs are back. I feel like everywhere the Von Erichs have been, like, I don't know, they just like disappear kind of. Like they're there and then something happens and it's whatever.
But on a serious note, because I know I'm having fun with everybody, having fun with you, Conrad, with the mask and everything. No, but seriously, I think the Infantry, this is gonna be their night. On a big stage like this, on a huge wrestling weekend, they're kind of like setting it off actually on a Friday night. I think that they're gonna win the titles.
I don't know if they do it just yet, but they could. Like I said, I don't really see in Ring of Honor currently like this is the next person in line. That's the next person in line. I feel like everything's kind of maybe we'll do it.
Well, there's only one person that's really in position to be him, and it's not even a him; it's a her, and that's Athena. But and
that was the next match. I knew right where you were going. Transition. You're actually killing the transition,
best, Conrad. But yeah, I think the Infantry win, and I also think that Athena wins as well.
Set it up, man. Set it up.
Look, this is a woman that had to prove me wrong because I've been talking about her being corny since she left WWE. Well, you know what? This is not the same woman that was in WWE. Conrad, you were right. I was wrong. Chat, you were right. I was wrong. And I'm happy to say I was wrong. This young, beautiful woman has proven herself to be outstanding in the ring. This Ring of Honor World Championship run that she's been on has put her in a position to be named with the elite women's wrestlers in the industry today. I am fired up about it. Thunder Rosa, we follow each other on Instagram. I love her for that. Thank you so much. But I think that Athena is going to win. I think she's going to continue her run. I am shocked. I am still saying that I am shocked that she is not facing Mercedes Moné for the TBS championship at All In. I think that's a drop of the ball. As much as I love, oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. As much as I love
Mercedes
Toni Storm, I thought that Athena versus Mercedes was the match. I was wrong, but Athena is going to steal the weekend.
Depending on who you believe, that was the match.
Okay.
That was a possible match, but they switched it up. They said, no, we're going to go this direction. I forgot if an injury changed it or whatever. I know Jamie Hayter's out with an injury now, so that could have presented bad if they went that way.
Okay.
But this is interesting. This one's tough to call. I'm looking in the chat right now just to see. Someone said Shark Boy. We're naming cool mask guys. That's the fishing line. T Ferg, I wish ROH had a television deal. I think ROH does too, my brother. I definitely will agree with that. Matt says Thunder Rosa wins it, man. Thunder Rosa, a friend of mine as well. Appreciate the follow on X. But I don't know if Thunder Rosa does it. It's hard. They're both from Texas. So if you're going with that, like it's the home crowd thing, they both have that.
Well, big shout out to M. Leasy for putting his neck on the line and saying that Rosa's going to win. I think that's a bold prediction. I'm all about bold predictions. I'm picking Goldberg to be the next World Heavyweight Champion, for God's sake. But I just think Athena continues her run.
Right. What's going on, Hassan? Appreciate you joining us. Yeah, McKinney's excited to see that match.
Oh yeah.
All good, man. BJ said, "Oh, shell, yeah." I would love to see more from people. You just threw me off doing that.
I don't know what he did, right? That was his thing.
Yeah, that was his.
And that's the fishing line.
It's time to kick some bass.
There you go. I like it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's gonna be so tough to. I'm gonna go with Athena because if you picked anyone else for the last 900 days, you've probably been wrong. So
I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't have the winner of Mercedes Moné versus Storm face. I mean, I'm on this, Ultimo Dragon vibe right now, bro. Like, I want to see somebody with like 1 million belts. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me as long as it's booked correctly. And I'm not going off kilter here. I'm talking about Athena still. I want to see Athena put the Ring of Honor World title up against somebody, whoever wins the 9 belts or the 8 belts or the 7 belts, whatever it is.
She could jump in there really easily. And the crazy part is Athena really doesn't need the Ring of Honor Women's Champion. She's elevated it. Like, it's 900 days. To me, it's the main title of the promotion. People never understood why is Athena in Ring of Honor, because you have to think, what is Tony thinking in this? Try to think, like, what is his process? He wants to get a TV deal for Ring of Honor 1. He's thinking, who can I elevate and put in that spot that's going to help me? And then I could give the belt to Jericho. I could give the belt to Bandito, who's the champion now, and they can help. Athena is the centerpiece. She is how it all works. She is how it is all molded. Why is she not on Dynamite? Because then it wouldn't be a special. You would see her every week, and then you might have to beat her. You don't want to do that. Tony's old school booking this. So I want
to be very, very transparent, and I want to double down on what I said before. I was right about Jey Uso. I've been right about many things on the show. I was wrong about Athena. I was wrong about Athena. And I am so happy to say I was wrong because she is killing it right now. Conrad, you said I was way off base and you were right. I was wrong. I admit it. I mean, I was kind of like in my head with the whole NXT thing. I am no longer, she's a different person.
She got dealt a bad hand, I think, in that situation. Yes. She should have beat Asuka, even though they didn't want to beat the streak, but then they wanted to give it to Charlotte. It should have been her who beat the streak, but they didn't do it.
Now you're talking right, sir.
Main event time for this show. We have Bandito defending against Konosuke Takeshita for the Ring of Honor World Championship. By the way, Konosuke Takeshita is also in the G1 Climax. Definitely going to need him to win that, big dog, just because we need something to freshen it up. But Bandito's been on his, dare I say, his ish, Sean. He's been putting on great matches in CMLL, AEW, Ring of Honor. Yes, Bandito's back. I know people were wondering after that drop kick with Jericho, like, oh, he hurt his head. Is he still the same? He's back, baby. Like, he's been killing it. So I think this
for
could be
all those reasons and more, by the way, thank you very much, Conrad. And for all those reasons and more, that is why I predict Bandito to retain.
I think he should here, but it would not surprise me if they go with Konosuke. I'm going to go with Bandito as well. But if Takeshita wins, don't call me like, oh, you didn't see this. No, I'm telling you. He could have. I think Konosuke needs to be New Japan's world champion. If I'm New Japan, I am begging for the life. Like, let this guy be my champ, please, for like 6 months, please. If you're not going to use him, I'd love him. I'd love to have him. But I know Tony's got plans for him too. So that will be Ring of Honor. It is appreciated. Let me see here. T-Ferg, Athena and Mercedes on Dynamite a few months back was good. TK should have waited until All In for their first match. He could have. Like I said, I think the plan was going to be Mercedes wins, Athena wins, and then they have to have like the rubber match, maybe both their titles on the line or something like that. That's what I read could have been one of the plans, but it didn't happen that way. Athena's on the run of her life, proving once again that WWE dropped the ball on another wrestler, let alone a women's wrestler.
WWE always drops the ball, Quills. I mean, they always drop the ball. I know I keep going back to the same thing. Goldberg's going to win the world title. We'll talk more about it. The decision-making over there, I mean, Athena is just another example of how they made me dislike her. WWE made me dislike this woman. And now I have the ultimate respect for her because, like Conrad accurately pointed out, she was booked terribly.
Yeah, just big mistake after mistake after mistake. Let's get into what we have thus far, because I'm pretty sure by the end of Wednesday's Dynamite, this will be changed up a little bit, and by Collision, it'll be changed up again. We have AEW All In Saturday, July 12th, Globe Life Field. It sounds like it's setting records for AEW and in North America outside of WWE. So kudos to AEW. They've reached over the 20K mark. If you're there, have fun, be safe. Texas is wild and crazy. I'm looking forward to it. Let's jump in.
Before we get into this, I just want to say something from the bottom of my heart. Guys, Conrad, everybody, this is without question. I don't care what anybody says. If anybody says that this is not, I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. Chat, Conrad, if anybody says that this is not the pay-per-view of the weekend, there's something wrong with you. Oh, yeah. This pay-per-view is the main event of the weekend. I don't care what anybody says. I just wanted to go on record as saying that. This is the main event of the weekend.
100%. And we're going to get into it in the middle of the next stuff that we're going to talk about. All In, though, it's going down. You guys know how you guys can order it. There's a bunch of stuff. I think there's a cool like Amazon promotion, $10. Mm-hmm. You can also order it if you're outside of the US. You guys can also order it on Triller. So I think it's if you're outside of the US, Canada, Puerto Rico, Triller TV is still an option for you as well for ordering the show.
Or unfortunate, because of the price point, your traditional pay-per-view carrier. But oh my,
yeah. If that's still a thing.
But listen, if you feel like you love AEW and the only way you can support AEW is by spending $69.99, then you pay your $69.99. I'm not saying it's not a little bit overpriced, but or whatever it is, $59.99. Help me out, Conrad.
I think it's usually $49, but
okay. Maybe well, yeah. I'm not trying to say don't buy the show. I'm just saying it's a little bit of change, but it's the biggest show of AEW's career. I was going to say AEW's history, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Wembley Stadium was a little bit bigger, but we'll see.
Guy Will Gamble says All In isn't on Max. Max is still not ready yet. I think they're trying to make sure that thing is going to work once it's time. They're probably building a whole system for it, and they're going to have to test it a lot. Clown said $49.99 for standard definition. Did not know that. Lesson learned. Sean, we start off things. I want to talk the women's casino gauntlet match. Right now, we only know number 1 is Chris Statlander. They're going to be doing a match on Dynamite to figure out who number 2 is. Who are you liking in this? Surprise returns? What are you thinking here?
Indy Hartwell, maybe. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of options here. I mean, there's always a surprise. I just don't know. I mean, Indy Hartwell's the first one that pops in my head. But, and I know that sometimes talent can be shared. So that's why I'm thinking Indy Hartwell, but I could be wrong. Maybe Athena.
Yeah, I think Athena will be in.
Mm-hmm.
I think Thunder Rosa and Athena will both show up in this. Matt saying Thunder Rosa wins the championship in his predictions, and then he says Athena wins the casino gauntlet. It's not bad.
Okay, well, Quilly just put me on. Indy Hartwell is signed to TNA, which means she will not be. Yeah, I thought she was an independent person. Well, yeah, Shotzi's a good idea, clown, but Quilly just kind of shot down my dream about Indy Hartwell because WWE's not going to allow that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Shotzi could be a good name to pop up. And there's a bunch of other people too. Don't forget, like I don't know if the people's what is it, the 90-day non-compete. You got Nixon Newell, Dakota Kai. I think Dakota Kai could show up.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go with Matt. I think Athena takes this.
I mean, you know what? Let me go out on a limb. I mean, Athena makes the most sense, but let me go out on a limb. Let me say, give me 30 more seconds.
McKinney has a good pick in there. Megan Bain. I still think tag titles are coming. I believe it in my heart of hearts.
Give me oh my goodness. I'm having difficulty because it's a tough decision, and when I think about how deep the women's division is, it's kind of hard to put my finger on it. But give me Britt Baker. I'm not saying I'm happy about it. Give me Britt Baker in a massive, groundbreaking surprise. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think Britt Baker should show up in this.
Yeah, give me Britt Baker, and I, we all know the history, and we're not talking about. Give me Britt Baker in a shocker.
Yeah, she's been the topic of conversation recently. Might be time to just
she still is under contract.
Correct. There've been some games played. Like people are seeing her comments, things she's posting up there. Hikaru Shida and Gail Kim. Yeah, craziness. We got DMD chance. Yeah, Baker or Shida. Shida would be another good one to have come back. I don't know where Shida's been. Let's get into some matches here. We did find out.
People.
Go ahead, sing it.
We hurt people. I like that song.
Me too. Shout out to MVP. He just told the story. I'm not gonna front. I don't usually promote other podcasts, but MVP's little clips, I love them. I love listening to them while I'm working out. Very interesting how they came up with the song and how they had to change the words because it wasn't people at first. And MVP was like, "Yo, we gotta tone this down a little bit, brothers." Hurt Syndicate defend the tag titles against Jet Speed, who it makes sense. Speedball, Mike Bailey, and Kevin Knight. And then we also have the Patriarchy, Christian Cage and Nick Wayne. Interesting.
Well, look, I want to say this. I want to say that AEW made a massively smart decision by adding the Patriarchy to this match. Nothing against the other two competitors, but I think the Patriarchy was the best addition. And I think the Patriarchy being in this match heightens the level of anticipation for this. Again, this is the biggest show of the year. This conversation is going to sound like a lot of deja vu, Conrad, because it's the same thing I talked about when it came down to, MJF facing Adam Cole. It didn't live up to me to the hype of it being the biggest show in AEW history. This tag team match before the Patriarchy was added did not live up to that standard. However, I am very, very excited about the patriarchy being added. That being said, Hurt Business retains.
I'm going to call new champs here. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say Jet Speed sneak away with the titles.
Yo, before Conrad goes into his diatribe about Jet Speed, which I do want to hear, does anybody in the chat agree with me that Speedball is corny? Does anybody in this chat agree with me when I say Speedball is very, very corny? I don't like him at all, but go ahead, Conrad.
Jet Speed, I think, can walk away with this. I think you elevate the Christian Nick Wayne story, and I think Hurt Syndicate don't even take a pen in this.
Okay.
I think they end up avoiding the whole issue with everything. And I think most of the chat will find them corny. Like Rob, I knew Rob was going to agree with you already. McKinney said it too. And me and BJ had a whole short on this. That's the point. I'm with BJ.
Oh, okay. He's corny on purpose? Okay.
I think if he ever turns
heel,
if
he's corny on purpose, he's doing a great job.
Yeah, I think if he ever turns heel, he has such a punchable face. But he's also a legit, like, he could probably beat people up, like, seriously, with his kick.
Okay. Well, I'm glad because I don't like one thing I'm not is a hater. Like, Sean, are you being a hater? No, I'm not. I just think he's a cornball.
Okay.
A very athletic, very talented cornball.
Speedball doesn't wear socks. Yo, terrible. McKinney's with you on Hurt Syndicate retaining. I even loathe looking at Speedball. Such a hateable face.
Yo,
talented wrestler, but he's corny.
Conrad, do you agree? He's a corny son of a gun, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Christian takes the pen, which makes Nick Wayne turn on him, which reunites Cope. That's what I'm waiting for. I think by the time we get to All Out, we will see Copeland and Christian reunited to take on FTR, who, I know they're not even in this match, not even being mentioned. FTR and the Outrunners on Collision. When people tell me, oh, I don't watch Collision. Collision doesn't have anything good on it. There's no stories on it. You're lying. You're lying. They put on a banger. FTR and the Outrunners put on a great tag match. And guess what they never did, Sean? They never left the apron. They never went outside the ring. They didn't have to. That's talent. They're good. I want to hear their names when we're talking GOAT tag teams. Pin that, Sean. Remember that for later. TNT Championship. I kind of like this, Sean. I don't know if you saw the build-up with
this. I don't kind of like it. I don't kind of like it, Conrad. I love it.
Well, here's why I love it. There's a callback in here, and Daniel Garcia. You would think like, oh, he's going to win, get added to the match. He lost.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting added to nothing, Jack. Takes the L again. Adam Cole is here defending the TNT Championship. And Kyle Fletcher, do you remember the first All In? This was the pre-show match for the Ring of Honor tag titles. They faced each other.
Mm-hmm.
Kangaroo kicks, funny ha. It's not in here anymore. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't know, man. What do you think here? Like, are you feeling anybody in particular winning this one? I'll say mine.
One person I'm not feeling is the guy you just banned. So good job by you, Conrad.
I wasn't even going to say nothing about it.
No, I said it because he's an idiot. Like, get off our channel, bro. If you don't like wrestling, you shouldn't be here. Yeah, I said it, Conrad, and I'm not taking it back.
He said talking about grown men playing this, then saying he's going to go play 2K24. You don't even have 25.
What are you even doing here, bro? Like, if you don't like us, then you don't like wrestling. What are you doing here? Stupid. Now, hi, Queen of the Indies. Appreciate you.
Hey, Tiff. What's good?
Look, man. Adam Cole, baby, he's him, bro. But I like Kyle Fletcher. Oh, boy. That kid is special, man. I mean, I'm going to say Adam Cole retains, but I'm not saying it with a whole lot of confidence.
I'm going with Fletcher. Fletcher for the win.
Okay.
We're split on that one right there.
Yep.
I just think it's simple. We need to elevate this championship back to I don't want to say it's not credible with Cole. It just hasn't
take
been
it
defended.
easy. Take it easy.
It just hasn't been defended at all. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know if that's to preserve Cole, injuries, whatever, but let Kyle run wild with this. He can take it wherever he's going. Let him do his thing.
That's a shirt, by the way.
Hey,
let Kyle run wild.
That's right. That battle of the Kyle's thing was crazy too, on the real. Going into this next match, we have the men's casino gauntlet. Right now, we know number 1, Mark Briscoe. Number 2, MJF. Shout out to Mark Briscoe. I don't know if you've been seeing you got a tiny kosher pickle. They're gonna have a talkie talk on Wednesday. But he said, MJF, congratulations on winning number 2. Now that you've done that, you have guaranteed a certified beating from Mark Briscoe for the first few minutes of this match. I love it. Mark Briscoe, so they need to have a feud, I think. It would make perfect sense with MJF's like, I'm rich, you're nothing, you're a farmer, you do stuff with chickens. Like, he doesn't care nothing about that. It would be such a good feud. I'm looking forward to this. And we found out Mystico from CMLL is going to be in this as well, who MJF has also been beefing with. I hope that he didn't pay for any hair plugs or anything like that, because I could see a mask versus hair match, not in AEW, but in Mexico happening. MJF is hated in Mexico. I don't know if you guys know that, like bad.
Well, I have a surprise entrant that I'd like to announce right now. And I know I'm saying in advance, this is just about as bad as me predicting Goldberg's going to win the world title at Saturday's main event. My prediction for a surprise entrant in the Casino Battle Royal, I'll give you a hint. You ready? Everybody on audio, listen closely. Break the walls down. Chris Jericho, I predict, will make his return. It doesn't matter if you like it. It doesn't matter if you don't like it. It's not the best thing going today. Woo! But he is coming back on Saturday. That is my prediction.
Oh my goodness. The price of eggs.
He's not done. So we need to get our heads wrapped around the fact Chris Jericho is not done. You could be sick of him. You could be annoyed by him. I'm telling you, he will be back.
Listen, I'm rocking with McKinney. Clown, funny. He said.
And by the way, I kind of thank you, M. Leezy. I kind of miss Jericho a smidge. I miss Jericho a smidge.
I think it's done its job. If that's what people wanted, I just hope he don't lock up. Because if he does, I'm gonna look at everybody like, "What I say?"
Right?
What I say?
Easy says I miss nothing.
He has stayed on that. Go home, he. Why are you booing? I'm right. He's gonna come out and act like that. Hold on here. Rob, stop making me laugh. McKinney, I'm in agreement. I think Eddie Kingston is going to be one of my surprises.
Jeez. Eddie Kingston, I'm fine with McKinney, but God.
We haven't seen him in a while. The last thing we've heard is he's doing American Gladiators.
Look, American. Oh my, what am I talking about? Eddie Kingston being in this match doesn't bother me. McKinney, I'm cool. Yo, Wardlow, get him out of here, bro. Get him out of here.
MJF may be the favorite to win, but I don't know. If MJF's my pick, but if I had to have a secondary one, I'd have Kingston underneath it.
Okay.
Just to shock people.
What do you think? Don't be surprised when Judas in My Mind plays for the whole crowd out in there in Arlington.
Wild. Matt agrees. CML anniversary show, Mystical MJF mask versus hair. I would be down. Ryback.
Oh God. Feed me less.
He's been surprising lately, though. He's been far kinder.
He's as charismatic as sandpaper.
I'm just saying he's been very kind lately.
Okay, because he wants a job.
Maybe. I don't know. He was nice to see CM Punk, which was crazy to me. Crazy work.
I mean, maybe he grew up. I don't know.
Could be. He didn't have any reason to stick up for him, though. I'm so sick of Jericho. Let me see here. What was Rob saying here? If Keith Lee doesn't return, they should just release him. Yeah, Keith Lee said he's ready to come back. Let's see here. Rye Booger, MJF, XG Dub says, I hope for a Monty Brown. If Monty Brown comes out, I'll pop. He's got to do one time. The pounce. Mystico keeps MJF from winning due to the MLW attack. It could happen. All right.
There is nothing left for me to say in the wreckage of my life. My life.
I think on 90% of these cards, this would main event. This would main event.
Main event this card.
It should, but I understand the importance behind the match that I think is going to be in the main event. Well, like I said, to me, we have a triple main event here. And by the way,
triple main event, triple main event.
Hubs, what do you think, man? Kenny Omega, Kazuchika Okada battling for the Unified Championship.
First of all, let me go put me on camera, bro. First of all, the Unified Championship's the dumbest title I've ever heard in my life. That's the stupidest name for a championship I've ever heard. The Unified what? The Unified what?
Well, the
name so the title is called Unified? Like,
correct.
They just need to think more. AEW chat, let me know if you agree with me. AEW just they're a very good product. They just need to think more. When I heard what the name of the title was, I said Unified what? So let me just start by saying that. But yes, this is going to be the match of the night. It's going to reshape the world of professional wrestling for years to come. I completely love the match as much as I hate the name of the title. And I think Okada loses.
A lot of people
Omega
saying
wins,
Kenny. You could. My heart's telling me to go with Kenny, but I could see Okada doing the darn thing. I'm gonna stick with my heart this time. I'm gonna go with Kenny. But
yeah, I'm saying Kenny. Yeah.
Does this match deliver, or is this a stinker like AJ Nakamura? Like, what do you think? Should we temper expectations?
This is gonna be the best match of the evening.
So you're saying this is match of the night, hands down.
This match cooks. This match cooks with grease and lighter fluid.
Okay, that's bold. That's bold.
They are gonna put on.
I want to tell people to temper though. Like if you watch the New Japan ones, I want to tell people like ease up, player. You know,
well, I don't. And whoever else is making the decisions are going to them or talking in their bullpen right now, saying, "Guys, I want you to go in, like go crazy in this match."
First time this match has ever happened on U.S. soil. Like I don't know if people realize the importance of what this match is. Like. This match was like you had to go to Japan to see this match.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't allowed here. Now, people should be buying tickets for this. If I was in the area of Dallas, I would definitely go to the show just to see that match live. This one's gonna be crazy.
Matt, can we take one more minute to talk about the Unified title?
Yeah, go ahead.
I know that you think, Conrad, from our years of being friends and colleagues, that Sean, you kind of go off the deep end about certain things. Sean, you've been talking about Jey Uso for 3 years. But you know something? It came full circle, didn't it? My boy won the world title. You know, Sean, you've been saying that Mercedes Moné is underutilized in WWE. Well, you know what? Now she has like 13 belts. You have to think. AEW is on the verge. Did you see the post I put up on Instagram? They are starting to get better. People are starting to come outside for AEW. But you have to think. What does the unified title mean? To me, you guys probably think that's not that big of a deal. Oh, Sean, you're bugging out about the fact that you're saying it's Grand Slam Mexico and there's nothing Grand Slam about Mexico. It has to make sense. Conrad, it's the AEW unified title. What does that mean?
They unified the Continental and the International Championship.
Okay, let me rephrase this, Conrad.
What up, Delay Gratz?
Delay Gratz, what up? Let me rephrase this into a question. So you're telling me that the name of the title is Unified? That's the name of the title. It's the Unified Championship.
Correct. Listen, personally, if it were up to me, if we couldn't have Intercontinental, because even I forgot that WWE bought the rights to that in 2020. This is why New Japan doesn't have an Intercontinental title anymore either. I would consider perfect world, I'd have Intercontinental be the name. But since we don't have that, I would go back to the international title, or the winner gets to pick the name of the title, which is my hope. Like the unified title is just for now, placeholder until we can come up with a better name, blah, blah, blah. They'll know. You guys will have the side plates on the belts, and then we'll change up how the belt's named. Personally, I think it should be the international title, and we keep it like that.
Right. I mean, I just don't want little things to stand in their way. I don't want anybody to be able to make fun of AEW. That's my whole point. I want them to take away all things, all aspects, all moments where somebody can say that's stupid. Because the title unified is stupid. It doesn't make any sense. The fact that they're holding Grand Slams in countries that there is no Grand Slam, that's stupid.
I would delay grads. 100%.
The unified title will make sense at All In, but we need to rename it afterwards. Okay, that's fine. But again, you understand what I'm saying? I want AEW to succeed. When I talk crap about the fact, Guy Will Gamble says Grand Slam Toledo, that's phenomenal. When I talk about Grand Slam not making any sense, I'm not just doing it for fun. I'm doing it because I'm saying, AEW, use your brain. You need to change the name of the show because there is no Grand Slam in Mexico. So stop calling it Grand Slam. It doesn't make any sense. Calling a title unified does not make any sense. Let's just make sure that we're doing things, Conrad, that doesn't put ourselves in a position to look foolish. Is that fair?
It's fair. I think the Grand Slam one, I'm like, I don't care. It's a name that you own, okay, and you want to brand your show as that.
But you can't fight me back on the fact that it makes no sense.
I mean, there's Grand Slams in baseball. They play baseball everywhere.
No, but it's not a baseball thing. This is about Conrad.
That's the card, baby.
No, I'm not going to let you get away with that, Conrad. The Grand Slam concept was based in tennis. We all know that. That's why the first one was at Arthur Ashe Stadium. It's a thing that was based in tennis. And there's only 4 places that Grand Slams take place. And that's Paris, France. Wait, Paris, help me out. France, New York City, Australia, and Wimbledon. Where's Wimbledon? London, England. Those are the 4 places that Grand Slams take place. So how does Grand Slam Mexico make sense?
I think they gave up on that when they didn't start selling out those New York shows like the 3rd year of it.
Okay.
I think they were like,
well, I just wanted to say that because I just want to be clear about why I'm being so hard on them because I want them to succeed.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think people have to show up too, though. Like you can't just dip and disappear from it. Let me see here. Hey, major promotions. If you're someone of intelligence, you would sign Nikki Blackheart and the Tonga twins. It's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. I've been seeing a lot of Nikki Blackheart. If you haven't, look it up. Look it up.
Yo, delay.
Grand Slam Sheboygan. Listen, me and Delayed Grads, it's just the name of the night.
That is phenomenal.
I agree.
Grand Slam Sheboygan. That is outrageous.
You know, we're not taking the main event to task. You know what I mean?
No. Well, wait. Help me understand.
I'm saying Saturday night's main event. Where's the main event? You know, we're not doing that either.
Fair enough.
We'll move on.
Yes.
We have the Young Bucks taking on Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay. Now, this is a weird one, so follow me with the stipulation here. If the Young Bucks lose, they're no longer EVPs in the company. If Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay lose, bruv, Will Ospreay said that they will not get a world title shot for 1 year. Everyone's probably like, oh, that's a layup. The good guys have to win. No, they don't.
No, they don't because they're not a real tag team.
And 1 year is not that long.
Not that long, exactly. That stipulation, by the way, is the reason why I think the Bucks are going to win.
Go with it. Why do you think that?
Well, I don't think the Bucks are going to lose their EVP status.
I don't know. I don't know what
even
to think
on what I mean on TV, their EVP status.
Even if they lose, like they're not gonna really lose their EVP status.
That's what I'm trying to say. On TV, they're fictitious. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. My heart told me originally we're gonna go with Swerve and Ospreay to win. I'm worried, but I'm gonna say Swerve and Ospreay win this. I don't know how. I think they pull it off some way, somehow.
I want you to be right, but I think the Bucks win. Unfortunately, I say that with a heavy heart, bro.
Man, because you could have Swerve and Ospreay against the Hurt Syndicate. Could you imagine that? Man,
oh my, fantastic.
That's a dynamite main event waiting to happen. I'm telling you. Could have some interesting ones in there. Bucks are definitely winning to keep them away from the title. I mean, so can we go back to the Unified Championship for a second? That's why I placed these next to each other. They could challenge for the Unified title because the thought process, get past the name for a second, everyone. Sean, could you see this being a world championship? Like, that's how they want to present it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you let Swerve and Will get in on that then for now? Like, well, we got a year. You guys help make this championship with Okada, Kenny.
You know, I've always been a fan of odd couples having the titles. You know, Swerve and Ospreay, that would not make me mad at all.
Are you saying tag titles or are you talking about the Unified title?
Oh, you're talking about the Unified title? I'm sorry. You're talking about the Unified title? I mean, I guess.
I mean, while they're out of that picture for a year,
I see what you're saying. Like, I mean, that's fine. You know, I don't have a problem with that. I'd like to see Swerve back in the main event picture, though.
McKinney's laying it up exactly what I'm seeing too. Like, if Ospreay doesn't win, he's getting his shot at All In next year in England. Watch, that could be his big moment. Like, yep, we're back in England. Let's do this. Could be fun. Interesting.
Could be fun for sure.
We got this. This one is I call this the WrestleMania 6 here. You got Mercedes Moné, the TBS champion, taking on timeless Toni Storm, the AEW Women's Champion. I feel like they were kind of rejected from their previous promotion, where they thought they should be in bigger spots, and I think it's time to prove everyone wrong. And I think this match could main event the show as well.
I mean, it could, but it won't. That's the thing. I'm actually disappointed it's not, because I do actually believe that this should be the main event.
But you get what I'm saying? If this was any other card, Kenny, Okada, main event. If this was any other card, Mercedes, Toni Storm, main event. I get what they're doing, and I'll tell you why in the end, why I think they're gonna do something different here. Who walks away with this though, Sean? This is one of the hardest ones to call, in my opinion.
Not hard for me, bro. I respect where you're coming from. Not hard for me. I think it's without question Mercedes Moné. No disrespect to Toni Storm. I think she's fantastic. She was my wrestler of the year in the women's division last year in all of wrestling. Mercedes Moné is going to win this belt.
Toni doesn't lose anything Mercedes doesn't lose anything if she loses this match.
I understand
she still has all the titles. But on the flip side, does Toni need to be the women's champ? She's 4-time women's champ. She's super over. She's done it all. This is tough, man.
I hear you, but to me, it's not, I'm telling you, this is the easiest match of the night to call for me.
I'm going timeless Toni Storm retains, and I think this starts the downfall of Mercedes, and they're going to start taking those belts off of her.
Really?
And then she will eventually get back to it.
Okay.
And win the title. You're rocking with Mercedes, though. You think she's coming out, she's getting the Ultimo Dragon treatment. Like,
I think it's a Rat Rizzy, bro. I think it's a Rat Rizzy, my friend.
Man, Monet, FTW. Clown says Toni wins. The split is real. I can see Swerve and Ospreay tag being fun. Swerve and Ospreay might stay a tag team feud with the Hurt Syndicate and get into that unified scene. I love it. Timeless Toni Storm Mercedes could be match of the night, at least women's match of the weekend. You're going to give Mercedes all of the AEW women's titles? Hey, it could happen. Toni versus Mercedes in a match I want to see. Toni's character work is the best in the women's division in the world, but give me Toni in a hard-fought battle. I agree. I think Mercedes. Everyone thinks Mercedes has this creative control. I think she has input, not control. Creative control is something very different.
Very different.
That doesn't work for me, brother, is real. Yeah, we're not doing that. But we'll see. We'll see who's right between me, Sean, and the chat, man. I'm looking forward to it. We got world title match. This is what I think has to go on last because this is your Avengers Endgame, Sean. Like, I don't know. This is your WrestleMania 40 moment. And I think why they did the ending to the CM Punk John Cena match, I think this was to try to sully this. Like, oh, they're overdoing this ending. This is different. I want y'all to yell at people if they try to say that. This is different. This is AEW's Endgame, and they've been building to this. Last week, there was no build to that when it happened on that Night of Champions show. This has been built up for this. Moxley's got his crew. And by the way, there's a trios match that's going to be happening too, I think, for the trios titles, but they haven't announced who the participants are going to be yet for it, for Moxley's crew. But Hangman, Moxley, bro, I'm gonna straight up say my part. It's time. Take that belt off Moxley, man.
Oh, please.
Just do it.
It's been time.
Do you think it is WrestleMania 40? Me and Sean could book this. Like, here are the run-ins. Here's what happens. What happens? What happens in the end for you, Sean? Like,
when they made this a Texas death match, I said all bets are off. The 82nd Airborne's going to come into this match, and Hangman's going to win.
He beat him last time in a Texas death match. It's not the first
time. Not this time.
Shout out to the grifters
in Texas, by the way, in Arlington, Texas. Oh my,
they're going to lose it, bro. They're going to lose it. So how do you end this?
It's going to be a rap Rizzy.
Thank you, Sean, for providing all of the locations for Grand Slam.
I mean, I think it's important. See, nobody takes what I'm saying serious. Okay, you can laugh it off. No problem, brother.
No, I appreciate that you put him in
I'm
there.
just trying to put people on.
How do you end this? Sean, you have the pencil, and they're like, Tony's like, Sean, how do you finish this off, man? Let me know.
Obviously, the Death Riders interfere. I would have, if Chris Jericho doesn't interfere in doesn't come out in the Battle Royal, I would have him interfere in this match. I would have Orange Cassidy interfere in this match. I would have Edge interfere in this match on Hangman's behalf, and I would have it be a big schmoz, and then at the end of the day, the dust settles, the smoke clears. Lariat, new champion.
No. If he comes out to that, I'm okay with it. But the end of the night, he has to go back to the original Hangman thing. Riding off on the bro. He's riding off on the horse with the title, going up the ramp with the fireworks. Just
wow. Okay.
But I'm gonna tell you how I would end it.
Elite Easy E says overbooked, but WrestleMania 40 was fine. Whatever.
No, I think this has to
cut
be
it out.
Because they're gonna do all this mess. I mean, you could go as crazy as you want or as little as you want. To me, Darby's gonna be one of the reasons why Moxley hasn't won and Darby screws Moxley. Number one, that's got to happen because that's a feud that I think happens after in the mid card. Like Moxley and Darby will be the next feud for them. You threw me down a set of basement stairs, bro. We're gonna beef over that. But here's how you do it. In the end, no matter what, you get Kingston come back, whomever. You must have Swerve Strickland be the reason that he won.
Wow.
Swerve Strickland must be not even helps, bro. Swerve Strickland will be the reason why he won. Like without him, he would have been screwed. Like Moxley could be sitting there with a hammer, and then you just see house call. And Hangman's got to tell him this week, like, I don't want you there. I don't need your help. I don't care about you. I don't want you there. And he saves him, and he looks at he's like, oh, it's time. He jumps out, buckshot, boom, and he catches him. Game over. I don't care how you put it together.
I feel like that a lot.
And then you have a match that could be built later on. But if they lose the title shot for a year, that can't happen either.
Right. That's true.
So
which is another reason why you should be tuned in on Saturday.
Exactly. Swerve takes out the last obstacle without Hangman's knowledge. What BJ said, Hangman doesn't know, Hangman wins. They try to keep it quiet out of respect. The Bucks spoil it for Hangman and later sets up Swerve versus Hangman 4. Great minds, bro. I'm with you, Beach. I'm with you. And that's how I think we end it. All In should be a fun show. Like you said, this is the show of the weekend. This is what everyone's here for.
As long as Hangman Page is a new champion, I'm fine.
We're rolling with
that
it.
Belt off of Moxley.
They're going to have some competition, though, Sean. At 3 p.m. that day, we have the Great American Bash in Atlanta happening, starting at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. Let's run down what we have on the card here. We have Sol Ruka versus Izzy Dame for the Women's North American Championship. Sol Ruka, please.
Champion retains.
Moving on.
I got nothing else. Yep.
Obafemi going up against Inamura. Yeah. There's no way. I think this could be a great match, though. I really do.
Any credence because this is what I'm calling the petty pay-per-view.
The whole show is petty, sir. The whole show is petty.
Of course it is.
This did not have to happen. And I'm going to go on a rant probably about freaking Evolution. Like, it didn't need to be this weekend either.
Not that Evolution? Sorry.
Not that Evolution, sir.
Okay,
not
sorry about
that. We do have here JC Jane taking on is this a tag match? JC Jane Fallon taking on Jordan Grace and what is her name now? Is it Blake Monroe?
Blake Monroe.
Sorry, I'm still gonna take me a minute to get used to that. This should be a fun match. I see the faces winning.
Baby face all day.
Yeah. We have a contract signing. Joe Hendry, Trick Williams, Mike Santana.
Fantastic. Who cares?
Wow. TNA fans care, sir.
This pay-per-view is the petty pay-per-view. I'm not giving it any love. We should be watching all. Do you understand? Because of WWE, we should be watching.
Bro, who's watching this show? I'm not even joking.
We should be watching All In at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. And they moved it up to avoid the Saturday night's main event situation. And then they plug in this NXT. This is disgusting, bro. Don't get me started.
Bro, they did an audible, and they didn't like that audible that was called.
Don't get me started. I'm pissed off about this.
Hold on here. Let me see. I'm going in. Yeah, most definitely, too. That's got to happen, Matt. Great American Bash looks okay. Yeah. This is competition. No disrespect to those wrestling and growing their craft, but none of these matches are in All In's league.
Not even close. But the fact that they're putting it up against All In is petty and disgusting.
Oh, McKinney's calling Izzy Dame to win. That's different. I'm calling it now. Izzy Dame, new champion. Okay. Why is there a contract signing for the TNA World Title for Slammiversary at an NXT PLE? Yeah. Yep. BJ said, yep, it's a tag, and Monroe leaves Grace high and dry. Blake Monroe is a heel. I don't know why they have her doing that. Delayed Grad says, WWE overbooked this weekend. None of these shows needed to happen this weekend. They could have done it the week before or the week after. I
don't see that.
I don't see that, McKinney. No way. Oba's the guy. Contract signing at a PLE is nasty work. Wow, you guys, NXT Great American Bash should be called NXT Petty AF.
It really should be.
Sean, let's move into our Saturday night. You see this guy? I know what you're going to talk about. I know what you're going to say already. But I want you to talk different on this, Sean. I want to talk about Goldberg's career for a second. What does Bill Goldberg mean to you? And I know, like, listen, as a kid, I'll be
mean to me.
Yeah, like even going way back in the day, in the back of Sean's time.
Okay. What does Goldberg mean to me? Or maybe I could word it in a way where when I think of Goldberg, what do I think of? I think of a guy who got pushed through the roof before he deserved it. I think about a guy who had a ridiculous undefeated streak that was 100 and something and 0, but really was only probably like 50 and 0 because they plugged in extra wins, which makes it stupid. I think of one of the greatest matches in Nitro history in Atlanta in July of '98. I'll give him that. I think about the guy who ended Bret Hart's career. I think about a man who won the Universal title in controversial fashion, taking it off Kevin Owens and ruining a storyline between Owens and Chris Jericho that should have main evented WrestleMania 33. I think about Goldberg destroying Dolph Ziggler for no apparent reason. I think about Goldberg having Twitter fingers when it comes to Matt Riddle. I think about Goldberg almost killing The Undertaker. And I think about Jey Uso's title run being cut short because Triple H thought it would be best for Goldberg to challenge for one more championship in Atlanta when he's 163 years old. Yeah, so that's what I think of when I think of Bill Goldberg.
Sounds like a lot of the chat's agreeing with you. Clown said that he's hated him from the moment he beat Raven. Casey says Bill Goldberg sucks.
But other than that, Bill Goldberg's great. Other than that,
yeah, I mean, I think you nailed it on the head. Like, he's had some incredible moments in his career too. He got put into a spot that I don't think anyone wanted to see him in. And I'm saying people could have helped him, but nobody wanted to help him. It wasn't a team environment. It was, you're on your own, kid. Figure it out. And he probably was getting bad advice from people and everything else along with it, you know? Yeah, just
he
crazy.
shows no remorse for what he did to Bret Hart.
He said he's apologized, so I don't know what the private conversations were with it, but I get Bret being mad about it. I 100% would be upset too.
And once again, Bill Goldberg will be your next World Heavyweight Champion.
You're still standing on this.
Oh, you better recognize. You think I'm joking around? I'm dead serious, bro. Triple H is going to put that belt on that man. It may only be for 5 minutes, but Goldberg's going to be world champion in Atlanta on Saturday night. You remember what I said. And I want everybody in the chat to remember. And as a matter of fact, I'm going live if he wins because I want everybody to bow down to me because y'all don't believe nothing I'm saying right now. Watch Goldberg win this match. You watch.
I would hope that they are not. Why would you do that? Like,
you
why?
Just remember, Conrad Cushman, you remember what I said. You remember what I said. You remember what I said. Goldberg is going to win that belt.
We'll get to this in 1 second. We got Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre. This should be an exciting one, right, Sean?
I mean, yeah, but we could have seen it on Monday Night Raw also, or SmackDown.
Whatever show they're drafted to, right?
Right, exactly. Exactly.
At this point, but they both need to win. Any prediction? Throwing it up?
I mean, I say Randy wins because I think Randy's going to eventually turn on Cody Rhodes.
Oh, you think Randy's the heel in that scenario?
I mean, I want it to be Cody, but that sounds like a good idea. You know what that means.
Yeah, you're probably right. I think if Randy wins this one, you got to do a match then where Drew gets the lick back and then
agreed.
You know, keep the feud going.
Voices in my head. Oh, this is a big one. I'm gonna be serious about this. LA Knight's gonna win this match.
You think LA Knight's gonna?
Oh yes, I do. Oh yes, I do. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm getting what I'm getting from it. This match,
briefcase holders are chumps.
This match, before anybody gets crazy on me, think about what I'm saying. This match to me reeks of WrestleMania 31. What happened to Seth Rollins in the second match of the night at WrestleMania 31?
He took the elder Randy Orton, and he cashed.
What happened in the last match of the night at WrestleMania 31?
He cashed in.
Exactly the same thing will happen on Saturday night. LA Knight will win this match, which will propel him into a world title feud with the next world champion after Goldberg, Seth Rollins. Book it. You guys think I'm playing? Conrad Cushman, you think I'm playing? LA Knight wins. Seth Rollins cashes in. Seth Rollins is 1-1 on the night at Saturday night's main event when he beats Goldberg for the World Heavyweight Championship. Conrad, I don't want to hear nothing except Sean, you were right. And even if the Seth Rollins thing doesn't happen with LA Knight, you still, if Goldberg wins that belt, I deserve a,
It doesn't make sense to me. He's not going to wrestle anything. Here, let me pull up the graphic for it. It's Gunther Goldberg. Sean is predicting Goldberg wins, Seth cashes in afterwards and becomes the new World Heavyweight Champion. Bro, if you beat Gunther like this is why I don't think it's happening. Can you just reason with me here?
Please.
Gunther, Triple H guy, right?
By all means.
You're agreeing with me on that.
I'm listening to you. Yeah, I agree with that part.
That's his dog. Why would you do that to him?
Because are you asking me a rhetorical question or a literal question?
Literal. Why would you do that?
Because my name is Bill Goldberg, and I'm sitting down with Paul Levesque in Paul Levesque's living room. And I'm talking about my farewell night. And I'm saying, you know what? I understand the business. I understand that I cannot walk out of Atlanta as the World Heavyweight Champion. But you know what? I can be in Atlanta as the World Heavyweight Champion. I can have streamers and fireworks and all the glitz and glamour of being world champion for about 5 minutes. And I would be more than happy to pass the torch on to Seth Rollins immediately afterwards. That's why. And Triple H saying, well, you know what? I guess it's not that bad of an idea. We can have Goldberg win the first match and then, hey, Seth will cash in and then Seth will move forward as champion. No big deal. Hey, it's all good. That's why.
But then what do you do with Gunther? Why did you beat Jay?
The only reason, Conrad Cushman, look at me. Look at me. The only reason Goldberg is champion is because of this match. Has that not dawned on you? Has that not dawned on you? The only reason that Goldberg is the champion right now is because of this match. They took the title off of Jey Uso because of Goldberg.
It reeks of doo-doo, though.
Why are you acting surprised? I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm saying this is what's going to happen.
Nick Khan, listen, if you're Nick Khan or anybody who has say-so, you have to be sitting there like, are you kidding me right now? That's what we're going to do?
Bro, I don't understand what your problem is, Conrad. You're a smart, articulate guy, and you are just being foolish right now. Do you know why? Because you are just sitting up here not understanding that Triple H is not a good booker.
I'm not saying that I don't understand it. I'm just saying that this would be levels of like, why did you do this? That I will question on Monday.
I just told you why. It doesn't have to be a good idea, but I just told you why.
I know.
Because they got Goldberg to be on top one more time in Atlanta, and they have an easy out in Triple H's mind. It's an easy out. I wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it. Probably the chat wouldn't do it, but this is an easy out. How can I give Goldberg what he wants on his way out and still have a credible champion when the night is over? Well, Seth Rollins has the money in the bank.
Is it the honorable thing to go out on your back, though? I guess you're.
He is going out on his back. He is going out on his back.
Weak. All right, I guess. Listen, don't do this. If anyone who's listening to me, please don't do this. But if it happens,
how dare you, Conrad Cushman? How dare you ask me that question? Is it the honorable thing to go out on your back? He is going to go out on his back. He's going to get curb stomped, and he's going to go out on his back.
And DelayGrats thinks that they're going to do this to steal headlines from All In. I guess this is hater booking at its finest. Hubs, I will come in there when you are live and say you were right if this happens. I still think it's a bad idea, though, no matter what. I don't care.
This is not the right thing to do. But Triple H has more than proven that you cannot trust him with a pen. You cannot trust him with a pen. And at the end of the day, Goldberg gets what he wants. Think about this, Conrad. Think about it. Don't overthink it. Don't use 90% of your brain. Just use 10. That's how much Triple H uses. All you have to do is think logically. logically, what can we do to make everybody get what they want? Goldberg wants to go out with one more title under his belt. And the fans don't want Goldberg to be champion at all. Goldberg beats Gunther. Seth beats Goldberg. Everybody gets what they want, because you know what's going to happen when Monday Night Raw comes on the air on July 14th? Burn it down. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the new World Heavyweight Champion, Seth freaking Rollins. That's what's going to happen. And you know what? I'll tell you one more thing. I'll take it a step further about the lunacy that we're going to see on Saturday night. Because I want to go on record, Conrad Cushman. I'm just hoping that Seth Rollins cashes in. I'm just praying that Seth Rollins cashes in, because there's a chance that Goldberg might be world champion on Monday. I wouldn't count it out if I were you. So gear up, my brother. Gear up.
You're gonna get him cheered. I think you understand what I'm saying, right? Like, I'm thinking ahead. Like, you're gonna get this guy cheered, and Plan B worked. Here we go. Guy Will Gamble made me laugh too. I know when Sean was going through his stuff before too, I had realized that I had laughed when Sean was talking about stuff. I would never laugh at someone getting injured, for the record. But Guy Will Gamble and people in the chat definitely dropped some funny ones in here. He said, I would let Triple H use my pen to sign his own name. Terrible. There's another scenario. Goldberg looks like he's about to win, and then Seth and crew crash the match, beat down Goldberg, Gunther, then Seth cashes in on one of them.
Delayed grats. I hope you're Conrad. I need the camera exclusively on me for 30 seconds. And you'll know when I'm done. Chat, my wonderful chat. I am going on record. I do not want Goldberg to win this match. It makes no sense for Goldberg to win this match. I want you people to hear me. Goldberg has no business being the world champion in 2025. This is not about Goldberg. It's not about Gunther. It's not about Seth Rollins. This is about Paul Triple H Levesque. I don't trust him. You shouldn't trust him. So book it. Goldberg, whether he holds on to it until Monday, whether he holds onto it, my God in heaven, until SummerSlam, God forbid, or whether he holds on to it for 5 minutes and Seth Rollins cashes in, Goldberg's going to beat Gunther on Saturday. Can't hear you, brother.
That's your Saturday night's main event. I hope they add a little bit more to that.
Conrad, what's your take?
This would be incredibly stupid. I would in my world, Gunther defeats Goldberg in like 3 minutes. I don't even know how long this match is gonna go. If we're taking bets in the chat, I don't even know what the over/under is gonna be on this match.
So let me ask you this question, because I never asked you that. You think that straight up you think that straight up Goldberg's gonna lose to Gunther?
I would hope so.
Okay.
He doesn't need this win. He doesn't.
Okay.
Seth Rollins with the briefcase. I know it makes things interesting. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm telling you.
I hope. I've never hoped I've been wrong more than I hope I'm wrong right now.
Listen, I'm there with you.
Look at your face, Conrad. You know why your face looks like that? Because you know I'm right. You know in your heart that I'm making sense.
I hope you're wrong. It's what I'm thinking in my head.
You hope I'm
right
wrong,
now.
but you know what I'm saying makes sense. You know what I'm saying. Admit it, Conrad. What I'm saying is not crazy.
It's not. It's just, it would be incredibly bad, though. Like, don't think I'm not going to come on here on Monday and say that was a bad idea, what we did here. We have Evolution. Can I have a pity moment here? This is Conrad's pity moment.
There you go.
The women of WWE deserve much better than the booking has allowed for this. And I know I'm going to listen. I'm going to cover for you for a second here, WWE. I get injuries have happened. Things have prevented this from happening. This move, that move. Liv Morgan got hurt. Where are the Bellas? Are they involved in this card? We don't know. All right. I get it. But here's why I'm mad. This show could have happened in Connecticut this weekend. That was the original plan. They moved this just to be petty again.
Yes,
and now you're going up against a Beyonce concert, like across the street, someone said in Atlanta. I don't know how true that is, but there's going to be a concert happening. Is this the MLB All-Star game too this weekend?
No. They're not going up against that, no.
Okay. Something else is happening. I don't remember what on Sunday.
The All-Star game, the Home Run Derby is Monday and the All-Star game is Tuesday, so it's not that.
Something else is happening. I don't remember what. If you remember, please someone remind me. Dog, what are we doing? And here's my issue with it. And this is where I get mad. I'm pulling it back up. They deserve better than this. But what's going to happen is we've wanted Evolution for 7 years, we'll say, right? Fair to say.
Yep.
We've asked for a second one of these.
Yes, sir.
If you're a fan of women's wrestling. Why? Now they're going to use this as the excuse because the ticket sales aren't doing too well. I usually don't talk about this stuff. I don't care how many tickets they sell. Do your show. These ticket sales are going to be used as, well, we can't do another one of these because it didn't draw very well. It's because of how you booked it.
Yes, sir.
You did this.
Yes,
you
sir.
screwed up. Why is there an NXT show, a Saturday night's main event, and an Evolution all on one weekend? And there's an AEW show. AEW was there first anyway. Why are you counter booking this? You're number one. I'm saying it. I'm an AEW fan. I promise you. WWE, you're number one. Top of the world. Why do you need to do this? Why are you being petty? And this is overtly petty. One show, I get it. Whatever. Do your thing. I still would complain, but do your thing. 3, Sean. 3. Overkill. Whatever bad happens to this money tree that you guys are thinking you're going to make this weekend, you deserve it.
Right.
You deserve it because you guys set yourselves up for this with your crazy pricing and trying to follow shows and do that. Ridiculous, in my opinion. Hold on here. Conspiracy theory. They are poorly booking this to ensure it to a bad point, to blame the women and why it won't happen again. I sadly, I kind of think the same thing, or they're going to use it that way. Let's go through this card, Sean, because I am interested. I think this show can turn around based on how they wrestle and what they do.
Well, there's talented people on the show. We know that.
We're doing a battle royal. Winner gets a title shot at Clash in Paris. Who do you like for this one, Sean?
I have to go with, look, when you think about title shot, Clash in Paris, to me, I would go somewhere in the ballpark of maybe, like, you got to remember it's a lower level PLE, so maybe a Raquel Rodriguez, possibly Asuka, because she did not win Queen of the Ring. I'd probably go Asuka. But you know what? Matter of fact, I'm going to go Stephanie Vaquer. I think Stephanie Vaquer's time has come.
You all right? So we're on the same page because Stephanie Vaquer was my choice. She hasn't been seen, kind of cooling her off, I guess. Maybe she had time off. Maybe she's promoting the event. I hope so. I think she's the pick right now in the Battle Royal. She is the hot hand. You could play right into that, and let's see what she does. Yep. All right, the lights are on you. Do your thing. She would be a fantastic choice, and I hope that they mix up some people from AAA into this and TNA, even like grab some people. Have Masha Slamovich in here, like just some things to consider. Moving on, we do have the women's tag 4-way. So you may be saying, wait a minute, Roxanne's not the champ. If you missed Raw last week, they awarded Roxanne the title, but they said you're going to have to defend in a 4-way to prove your worth. Only one team has qualified thus far, and that team is Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair.
Who will be the next women's tag team champions.
Eventually. I don't know if they do it on this show, because There's two. You see those two vacant spots? There's people to blame.
Mhm.
There's an out, as Sean said with the Goldberg thing. You have an out here.
That's right.
Who do you pick up? To me, I would go with Sol Ruka and oh my goodness, what is her NXT name? Her tag partner down there. It's gonna make me so mad if I can't think of it. Help me out here, Sean.
I don't know. Kalani.
No, Zarya.
Okay.
I had to Google it. Sorry. I think that they would be the perfect NXT team to fit in here. And for SmackDown, I don't even know who's on these shows anymore that you could put in this spot. Or no, excuse me, they're the SmackDown team, a Raw team. Do you go with Natalia and Maxine Dupree?
I guess. I mean, by default, because
give me Asuka and Kyrie.
The secret Hervis is already eliminated.
Yeah. If you're not gonna go with them, Bella's maybe you add them in.
God help us all.
Way. I don't know.
I don't know about you guys, chat, and you, Conrad. Brie Bella doesn't really bother me, but Nikki gets on my last freaking nerve, bro.
Yeah, and Chris, thank you. Chris Leclerc said that Nikki Bella has a segment on Raw.
Oh God, are you serious, Christopher? Oh God.
MJB, correct. We'll see, man. SK, what's good, man? I missed your comment there before.
Really? Okay.
That was before when we were on that topic.
No, it's fine.
Ain't nobody going into Atlanta for Evolution. Yeah, sad. And we'll get into more of who they've added to this card. I know some people are going to be arguing. I predict Judgment Day retains here.
I think so too. I mean, I was thinking about, you convinced me I was wrong. I was thinking Charlotte and Alexa, but you know what? Judgment Day retains, because I think Roxanne needs a couple more days with the belt.
Not mad at it. JC Jane is going to defend against Jordan Grace. Listen, we know that belt's going to Blake Monroe. And actually, you know what? I'm taking back one of my predictions right now. I think I said that the babyfaces win. I like whoever said that Blake Monroe jumps down off the apron. This is the feud. She takes the belt from JC Jane. Jordan Grace gets a short run with the title to feud with Blake Monroe. That's a top tier match. That's probably the best way to do it.
Well, but I predicted JC Jane would win regardless. So I agree with where you're going. It's a different way to push the situation, maneuver the situation.
Or you wait till the next NXT show and then you do a triple threat or something too.
Right.
Who do you like in this one?
JC Jane.
Okay. I'm going to take Jordan Grace to win. I don't know why. I just feel like they're going to give Jordan Grace a short run. She was supposedly coming to SmackDown. I don't know what happened with that. Now, Sean, we can get into a debate here. There's 3 matches left. Who should main event this show? You got Jade Cargill and Naomi, Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus, and we have the IC 3-way.
Well, I think Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus are going to main event by default. If you ask me who I think should main event, it should be Naomi and Jade Cargill, but they're not going to do that.
That's probably the longest beef out of all of these. And I think from a technical standpoint, you should main event probably with the triple threat because they've delivered every time they've been in the ring.
Yeah, but WWE's not going to do that because that sounds like a good idea, and you know what that means.
All right, we're going to roll with what you have said. Let's go with the triple threat first for the IC title here. Lyra Valkyria, Becky Lynch, and Bayley. What do we
Becky's not losing that title till the fall.
So you got Becky retaining here.
Without question.
I do too. I think that Bayley and Lyra are going to cancel each other out, and it's going to be a problem. I think Bayley doesn't win this until they get a one-on-one match between Becky and Bayley, and that's going to sell.
Which will be at SummerSlam.
Okay.
So not the fall, the end of the summer. Excuse me.
Yes. Oh yes, and that you know what? That's probably the main event, Matt. Excellent point. Io and Rhea. How could I forget?
Good point, Emily. That's probably, matter of fact, I agree. That's the main event. And Naomi and Jade are going to be the co-main event.
Here, let's go with this then. Trish Stratus and Tiffany. How you feeling about this, Sean?
I think this match is pointless and a slap in the face of everybody in the women's locker room, and I think that Tiffany Stratton retains.
You're not wrong, my brother. You're not wrong. Yeah, Tiffany's got to win though. Like, listen. I grew up on Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus, at one point, you probably would have asked me, like, who's been the best wrestler in the company? I'd have probably said Trish. If she's champion and she's come back, she doesn't need to come back at this point either. I like Trish, but it's Tiffany's time, and we all know that she's
Trish, but not in this position. This is not. She shouldn't be here.
Yeah. Personally, I think they're going to end up. Tiffany's just waiting for that cash in to happen on her.
Yeah.
And when's the right moment? And that'll bring us to Jade Cargill versus Naomi.
I think Naomi wins. I honestly do. I think Naomi, this is going to be the summer of Naomi. I think this begins at Evolution. I think Naomi wins, and I think Naomi can't. We'll talk about this more, obviously, as the weeks and months go by, but I think that Naomi wins on Saturday, and I think Naomi wins the title at SummerSlam.
I think Jade wins this match.
Okay.
You know why? Because the briefcase, like you were saying before with Seth, I think that, we can beat you. Well, it's not going to hurt you. Don't worry. You're still getting the title.
Okay.
And I think the rematch is going to happen when people least expect it. She might even cost Jade the match to cash in and get it, and then Jade's got to work her way back to her for this to happen. Now, is this a feud that you're going to want to build a brand around, whether it's Raw or SmackDown once that drafts? I don't know, whatever. Don't get me started on that. But once that happens, yeah. Is this something that you want to build around? We'll see. But that's my prediction on what happens. Naomi cashes in on Jade's moment, and then she becomes the champion off of Jade's hard work. And then we got Bianca, who will come into the fold, I think, later on with all of this.
I think I'm going to disagree with you, though. I think this is summer of Naomi. I think she wins here, and she wins at SummerSlam.
Ooh, okay. All right. We got some people say Tiffany retains. Let's move on.
Pretty much.
Logan, what's good, man? Welcome.
Logan?
Appreciate you. Naomi needs the win here. Sounds good. Jade wins via DQ. Naomi will mollywop Jade with the briefcase.
Well, there's no DQ, so.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, but yeah, like I said, she'll be fine either way. It doesn't matter in the end. And then I guess this will be the main event. Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky. Listen.
And big shout out to M. Leezy, because Conrad, I think you would agree this should be the main event.
Yeah, no, Matt was 1000% correct on that. I looked over this one, like not even thinking like, I think this is it, right? These are the three that look like the biggest matches. No, this one's sitting right here too. So it happened in Buffalo where Io Sky won. Personally, it was a heck of a run. You put on one of the best openers in WrestleMania history. Rhea Ripley's taking her championship back, I think, though.
You know something, Conrad? This bothers me. It bothers me. And it's nothing against Rhea because I like Rhea, but I really, really appreciate Io. Rhea's going to win. I think Rhea reestablished herself as the women, the alpha female on Raw. No disrespect to Io. I think Io is fantastic, but I think that they're going to make Rhea the next champion on Sunday, excuse me. I think you could book it.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen with Rhea. Matt says, I believe Masha Slamovich will be at Evolution because she's facing the NXT champion at Slammiversary title versus title. Yeah, that's why I think that Jordan Grace can go in there. They'll get themselves a good match out of it for TNA. Crazy work, though, if you have Jordan Grace become the champion again for TNA and she's in NXT.
Yeah, interesting point you make. Yep.
Yeah. Let's see here. Rocket Trish, Ben Cook, Trish not winning. What up, Cactus? Rob, why'd you come here? Triple H's insistence on booking Rhea Ripley. Whoever wrote that, man, they're never gonna live that down.
And where is Jada Parker on this show? Jada Parker needs to be more prominently featured on NXT.
I can tell you right now. Battle Royal. You know they only got time for 5 or 6 matches, huh? Come on now.
Pathetic.
We will be doing a full show review of All In Texas when it goes off the air. Make sure to join us. Hopefully we can get you guys out of there if you want to enjoy your Saturday night's main event at the same time. Hubs, you have a welcome invite if you want to join us.
Thank you. I appreciate that, sir. What a big weekend.
Yeah, humongous weekend full of stuff. Tonight we got Monday Night Raw. Seth Rollins versus Penta. Big match, honestly, for the show.
Unfortunately, Penta is now just another guy.
hey, hopefully we get a good
not in my eyes, but that's how he's being booked, like I predicted he would be.
We were wrong, though. I thought he'd be in a tag team by now, but it looks like his brother's going to be teaming with Andrade instead.
That's true, but
they've been cooking.
That's true, but they are just another guy.
We good. Keep the show going. We'll not be watching Saturday night's main event live. All right, so we got the go ahead from Delayed Grass to keep it moving. Penta's taking the L with zero fear. Penta's moving up the card, though. Yeah, they got him. They got him holding it down. Hub, man. I think that's it, man. That's all I got for this show.
Look, man, it's so great to be back here on Clash of the Podcast with my brother Conrad and with this amazing chat, man. Don't forget, Wednesday night, about 10 minutes after AEW goes off the air, check out Conrad and my guy Derek as they give you the best AEW review in the game. This coming Friday is Hubbernomics. Hubbernomics, the 4 horsewomen. And we'll probably talk about other stuff too. Might give you a little bit of preview of the boxing match as well. Conrad will be with me. We're going to rock out on that as well. I will be joining Conrad and Derek for their AEW review show on Saturday evening before Saturday night's main event. So I'm looking forward to that. Listen, all I got to say, guys, is that enjoy this weekend. Weekends like this are what pro wrestling is all about. Like I said, check out our friends at Triller TV for any other shows that are going to be going on because they're going to be jam-packed this weekend as well. The fight is on Netflix. I'll remind you guys about that on Friday when we guys talk on Hubbernomics. So like I said, man, at the end of the day, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Conrad, appreciate you, my brother. We're ready to rock and roll this weekend, guys. So have a good week at work or school or wherever you may be. And Friday, it all begins with Hubbernomics at 7:05, followed by SmackDown, followed by NXT and All In, followed by
Ring of Honor on Friday. Yeah.
Huh?
Ring of Honor, too. You forgot
Ring of Honor on Friday. It doesn't end, man. It doesn't end. It's going to be a crazy, crazy weekend. And when it's all said and done, we'll be right back here, God willing, next Monday night for another edition of Clash of the Podcast. So on behalf of Conrad Cushman, my name is Sean Hubbard. And as always, God bless, be encouraged, evil never prevails. Until next week, you already know what it is, man. Peace.